So hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back now. I think we're on episode 4 of my van build. So what you saw in the last episode was we built this sort of main frame and obviously the cupboards up here. Now I had actually ordered some cupboard fronts and things like that to go on there, but they haven't arrived yet, so I can't carry on with this. So what I'm going to start is today doing this part, this back part of the bed here. Then maybe tomorrow we'll do this bit. So I'm just trying to work out what I'm doing here because I want this to be sort of a big drawer that pulls out. So I'm just going to work out the frame for that now, and then we'll get building. Okay, update. It is all screwed together. This thing's pretty sturdy. I've left a little gap here because there will be a board on there, so that's about 20 mil, with the board being about 18. Nut butts right up to the wheel arch, you can see here, and then essentially this is going to be a big drawer. It's pretty well lined up in terms of where the door's going to be. So I think what I'm going to do now is just chuck a couple more support beams in there, because there will be quite a lot of weight on that. That'll be like a main seating area, so I'll put 2 pieces in here. I'm leaving obviously this open because there's going to be a drawer, so there can't be there. I might potentially put one in the middle, maybe do 2 drawers, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to stick with those 2 for now. So we'll crack on. Okay, so I've just been spending the last 10 minutes or so doing some blueprints, basically trying to work out what's going to happen with this section of the bed. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a piece of 2x1 pretty much from along all the length here to where it comes to. Then that will come out to here where there'll be 3 pieces of wood there, and essentially that's just going to create the box shape. There'll also be a piece there. And then I've basically just got to put another box essentially on front of that that's able to slide out. So you can see my random plans. I know what you're doing, in case you just started fooling, and what we had will not last long, until the lights turn on and on and on. Better know what you're doing, in case you just started fooling. Okay, so this is where I've got up to today. We've done this back box. None of this is all joined up together, but the big bed frame is beginning to take shape. This piece here that you can see is much more simple than the piece that is going to be pulling out. So the general framework's starting to come together. I'm going to stop now for today because I'm beginning to lose the light, and we'll crack on from where we left off tomorrow. Good morning everybody, you join me obviously picking up from where we left off from yesterday. This is where we got to. I've just been spending about 20 minutes or so trying to work out the best way to finish this bed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this piece as it is. This will all be screwed in. I'm going to double up so that the moving part will be the same almost exact piece as this, and that will move this way. I'm going to double up the support there and also put in a support. That's just loose wood, but I'm going to put support in so it can sit on the wheel arch as well. But that's what I'm going to crack on with now, so enjoy a little time lapse. Okay, so little update. I've put in a little chock here that now just sits on the wheel arch, so if there's any flex in there, that can just rest on the wheel arch. I've doubled up the support there so that there's a little flex in there. That will probably be screwed, obviously it's loose at the moment, it'll probably be screwed into this back pillar here, and I've fixed this middle one here. So I've now got the same thing here, which will essentially pull out like this. But I'm now just working out the internal frame that's going to have to go under here and then drag those slats across when that moves. So a bit of head scratching and some drawing, and we will catch up in a bit. Okay, so to briefly explain what I'm doing, I've got these two small pieces of wood. These are going to go on the underside here and act as sort of a ridge for the bed to slide along. Now they don't need to be very strong because the slats on the bed are going to go over this, and the weight of them will be on this piece of wood, not this, so they can just screw, well, probably in the side here. Anyway, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so let me explain where we're up to. So this piece of wood will just sit on here like this. Now I'm probably going to cut a little bit of a groove out so it's got to sit lower than this piece, so that the wood doesn't drag on itself. Now essentially the bed slats will be, for this piece, will be attached onto this piece, so that as this moves out, this then also slides along with that. Okay, so you can see what I've done. I've just chiseled out a notch there and there, so that when this now sits all the way in here, it sits just lower than this, so that when the beams are on here and on here, they won't supposedly hit each other. But that's it in terms of the frame. I think now I'll just get my slats on. So I'm going to do that. You're spinning round and round again. The faster you turn, the deeper you get. You're spinning round and round again. The faster you turn, the deeper you get. So you can pretty much see what I've done. I've just put the slats going sort of opposite, so one is attached to the moving piece on the front piece, and then the other one is just a fixed piece to the middle piece. Right, I just can't find anything. Right, I taped the legs up whilst I did this, just so it was a bit easier. So now is the moment of truth. See, it works. Right, fingers crossed. Oh, get stuck. Look at that. That's a bed. Oh. Okay, so I've just tweaked the bed. What I've done is I put a few literally pennies, because I didn't have washers, just on this bit, so it raises it slightly so it slides over this a bit easier. Now that's done, I've got a piece of 18mm ply there from the bed from the old van, and I'm just going to use that to basically cover this bit, and that'll be the other part of the bed, and it's 18mm, and so is this 18mm as well, so it should all be even and lovely and smooth when there's a mattress on it. I'm going to crack on with that now. Okay, so you can see kind of how the bed works now. This is obviously just a piece of 18mm ply. It measures up the same height as all this. It's not screwed down yet, but when the bed pulls out all the way, you can see how the bed works, and obviously the mattress will just be on that. So that is the bed pretty much done. It just needs fixing down and a few tweaks and a bit of sanding, and then it's done. So yeah, progress. What I'm going to do now is I want to put a divider between the two sort of cupboards that are going to be there. So essentially there'll be a wall running from here to the back of the bed. So I'm just going to crack on with that now. I probably should have thought about this before building the bed. I've just cut some of these pieces because on the bed slats only obviously run up to here because this bed pulls out, so I'm just putting these bits on so that it's just a bit flush and it looks a bit better. So I'm cracking on with that now. So you can see now it just looks a little bit cleaner, and obviously still works much the same, but it just sits better.